Chapter 2. A River Between Us. The bell above the library door jingled softly as Louis left, clutching the book Harry had recommended. Harry watched through the large windows as Louis walked down the cobbled street, disappearing around the corner. A quiet sigh escaped him, the lingering feeling of their conversation wrapping around him like a warm sweater. For the rest of the day, Harry couldn't stop thinking about Louis, the way his smile tugged at the corner of his lips, the easygoing charm that he carried despite the newness of the town. There was something magnetic about him, a spark that Harry hadn't felt in a long time. 2 days later, Harry found himself wandering along the river, his notebook tucked under his arm. The air was warm, a gentle breeze rustling the leaves of the tall trees that lined the water. This had always been Harry's place, where he went when he needed to think or find inspiration for his songwriting. The river had seen him at his happiest and at his loneliest, and today it seemed like the perfect spot to let his thoughts drift. He found his usual spot by a large oak tree, its roots twisting into the earth beside the water. Harry sat down, opening his notebook, the blank pages staring back at him. He tapped his pen against the edge of the book, waiting for inspiration to strike. A crunch of leaves pulled him out of his thoughts. Harry looked up, and there was Louis, standing a few feet away with his hands shoved into his jacket pockets, an amused smile on his face. "Do you always lurk by rivers, or is this just a hobby?" Louis teased. Harry chuckled, closing his notebook. "Only on special occasions," he replied, gesturing to the empty space beside him. "Want to join the lurking?" Louis hesitated for a moment, then shrugged, moving to sit beside him under the oak tree. "Thought I'd explore a bit. I heard this river was nice." Harry nodded, glancing at the flowing water. "It's my favorite place to come when I need to think." There was a comfortable silence between them for a while, both boys lost in their own thoughts. Harry watched the sunlight dance on the river's surface, feeling the quiet calm settle over them. "So, how's the book?" Harry asked after a few moments, breaking the silence. Louis leaned back against the tree, eyes closed. "It's good. I'm halfway through. You've got good taste in books." Harry smiled, feeling a warmth spread through him at the compliment. "I try." Louis cracked an eye open and looked at him. "So, what do you write?" Harry blinked, a little taken aback. "What do you mean?" Louis nodded toward the notebook resting on Harry's lap. "You're always scribbling in that thing. I figured you must be a writer or something." Harry hesitated, unsure how much to reveal. Writing had always been a personal thing for him, something he didn't often share. But there was something about Louis that made him want to open up, just a little. "I write songs," Harry said quietly. "It's just a hobby, really." Louis raised an eyebrow, sitting up a little straighter. "Songs? Like, you're a songwriter?" "Sort of," Harry replied, feeling a bit self-conscious. "I mean, nothing serious. Just something I do to pass the time." Louis's eyes lit up with genuine interest. "Can I hear one sometime?" Harry's heart skipped a beat at the request. He wasn't used to people asking to hear his music, and he certainly wasn't used to wanting to say yes. But something about Louis made him want to share that part of himself. "Maybe," Harry said, a small smile tugging at his lips. "If you're lucky." Louis grinned, leaning back against the tree again. "I'll hold you to that." As the sun began to dip lower in the sky, casting a warm golden hue over the river, they fell into easy conversation, talking about everything and nothing at all. Louis shared bits about his life before moving to Northbridge, mentioning the busy city he had left behind, while Harry spoke about growing up in the town, how it had shaped him in ways both good and bad. It was easy, being with Louis. Harry hadn't felt this kind of connection with someone in a long time, and it was both exhilarating and terrifying. Louis felt like the kind of person you could just sit with for hours, saying nothing and still feel content. Every time Louis laughed, Harry found himself smiling, and every time their eyes met, a warm, unspoken understanding passed between them. As they said the goodbyes and Louis walked away, Harry couldn't help but feel like the town of Northbridge suddenly didn't feel so small anymore.